Who do you want to play as?
I don't know, man. It's your pick. I've never played this game before, so... And what are we playing today? We're playing
Guilty Gear XRD Rev 2.
Guilty Gear XR Rev 2.
It's called that because it's the third version.
Got it.
We'll pick the most badass character. Viking.
Well, today I'm wearing my my Halo t-shirt. So, UNSC.
So...
What are you wearing today? What shirt are you wearing?
Captain America.
Captain America. We always talk about our pop culture t-shirts, like every week. Remember when I wore the Super Smash one?
No.
Well, it's all on video. If you want to go back on YouTube, you can watch
now
all
I
our
do.
streams.
I was like, you were talking about your shirt, and I'm like...
Yeah, I'm like, I do this every week. I make sure that I have a pop culture t-shirt. You know that show we do each week that we're doing right now?
I always wear a pop culture shirt regardless.
I do. That is my... Like, I said recently to a friend, I go, that's my style. He goes, that's not your style, it's your identity. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you have no style at all. You have no style when it comes to clothes. But what you do have is an identity, and that's all your pop culture t-shirts. I'm like, yeah, I just wear that in jeans. That's a style. And he's like, no, it's an identity.
I'm having a laugh at this. This guy's a vampire. Go watch. That's the way. He's Scottish, I believe.
A Scottish vampire.
Yeah.
Kind of looks... No, he's... I think he's Spanish, dude.
Oh, the voice actor. They haven't done this version in English yet, but he's got a Sean Connery voice.
Oh, okay. Because like he's wearing, I believe, is a like a Templar's shirt there,
Okay.
which I think was Spanish. I think it was the Spanish Inquisition, maybe. I think that's what it's maybe harkening to.
So, in my opinion, this is still the best looking fighting game ever.
Now, last week we were playing Dragonball Fighter Z, and the reason we're playing this week is because the developers who worked on Dragonball Fighter Z, they made this verse. And as you can see, it's a similar style. They take their 3D graphics, they flatten them out, and it makes it look like...
It's rotoscoped.
Yeah, it makes it look like it's an animated cartoon, essentially. So it's a bit of a retro going back, taking a look at where these guys started from, and we'll play out some of the characters today. We'll do some arcade mode.
Now, it's got sort of, you know how like you have the movie scenes and then the super happens?
Yeah, yep.
So I'll show you a normal one. So actually, I don't know how to do her other one. If I can remember how. Don't kill me before.
No problem.
It popped out again.
Did it pop out again?
Yep, I popped it back in.
We'll see. We'll see if we've got problems. Just send a message to our moderator to make sure that we're still chirking.
I'm gonna, I think from now on, get you to bring your Samsung with you.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. And, yeah, I might...
We'll swap.
Yeah.
You can throw that off you can throw your microphone off the bridge.
Yep, there's been nothing but fucking issues. It's not the brand, it's because where I bought it from dropped the fucking thing.
Yeah, Blue Scope's, is it Blue Scope? No,
Blue.
Blue
It's
Snow.
just blue.
Just
Yeah.
blue?
Oh, the model's a Snowball, but the company's blue. But, this is the only game I ever changed the input for. So, like, basically, so I can do a easy combo, I just have to go A, B, X, Y.
Yep.
So, and then see how it all links together. What are you doing?
It said check the chat, but that's our chat window there. We should be able to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But,
You see this because you own the share. Look at your phone. See if there's anything going in the chat room I can't see.
We've had nothing but technical difficulties today.
Yeah.
This has been the technical difficulty day. I hate computers. I hate technology.
I love computers, but
I love it when they work.
Yeah.
Just X out of that, and then we'll be able to see.
I can't.
Oh, you can't do it cross. All right.
Because if I take that down, then we're gonna. So that's what I was saying.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if we normally we have a second screen up so we can see all the chat stuff, and there's a window blocking a window. But if we exit out, then we lose the whole thing. So if I'm periodically looking down at my phone to check the Twitch chat, that's why it's going on. I'm not being rude.
This was the former boss in the original one.
The chick with the guitar?
Yeah. The name's I know.
Your name's I know.
Yeah, I'll show you. So in this move, but in this game, you've always had a thing called insta-wins. You can do a move that will instantly win the game.
Yep.
Except if you miss, you lose your super gauge forever. For the rest of the match.
For the rest of the match,
I
yeah. So
believe.
it's a bet. Like it's
Yeah.
like if you can land the hit, then you're good.
Yeah. Now, the thing about it too is you got to click in you got to put yourself into a certain state before you can do it. So you got to click all the buttons, and then she goes like that, and then have a look. Oh, got it.
Oh, this is cool. I love how it looks like an animated cartoon.
Yeah. Look at this.
Damn. My house.
Spiken's awesome. She's a samurai with one eye and one arm. People don't notice, but she's actually missing her arm, and she's got like a scythe.
I mean, I'm noticing a very prominent thing about the character.
Oh, there you go.
In that particular pose.
Yeah. Oh, her boobs.
Yeah, her breasts.
Oh, and by the way, your tits are fantastic. Stole that off John.
And we've already lost. We've already lost half the crowd.
Yeah, still got the same amount we had.
Need to borrow your power for the time. I pulled out your. There we go.
Did Holly say the sound's fun?
I think she did. Yeah, she said everyone's crystal clear. So why do you think this character is the best character?
She just looks awesome. Tier-wise, she's not the best character. Well, I don't know tier-wise after the last update. Because it got like a 2 gig update. But, I don't know, to me she's just cool. Also, she's not like you always have like the young anime characters. She's like...
Yeah, the black shoujo girls.
Yeah, whereas she's like middle-aged.
There's a little Japanese for people. By shoujo. I mean, pretty girl or beautiful girl?
Beautiful girl. Zatu.
What's his deal? Explain this guy to me.
Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. Guilty Gear has a very convoluted story.
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what he does. He used to be a Russian ballerina based on the pose. He's into BDSM based on the collar around his neck and the blindfold.
I think
so. It's a 50 Shades of Grey sort of character here.
For fuck's sake.
He's got some demon stuff going on. So obviously there's a satanic cult element to the character. Yeah, he's like 50 Shades of Grey with some Satanism thrown.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I'll show you the. That's why it was really good. They made a Dragonball Z game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was playing that today. I was playing Dragonball Fighter Z. trying to unlock Android 21 and Super Saiyan God Vegeta.
Get anywhere?
Yeah, I'm getting close. I've nearly finished the second campaign, and then I'm moving on to the third one. I'm just trying to breeze through it as quickly as I can because it's very repetitive, the story mode, and it's even got to the point where I'm even like skipping the dialogue. I'm like, I just want to get through this. I'm sick of this. So I'd love to see Android 21 in a movie. And they've announced the new movie to follow up straight on from Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, she won't be in the movie.
I see. This is for me. I always just wanted them with Dragon Ball Super instead of doing a series. They should have just kept doing movies.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, because there's you know, it does suffer from a couple of sort of filler episodes, and I mean, even I'm just watching the Trunks saga, so I'm currently up to date with the American dub. I know people hate that. They're like, you got to watch the Japanese.
Oh, it's a bit different with
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, because a lot of people actually say it's one of the rare cases where the English dub is better.
Yeah. So I'm up to the Trunks, Future Trunks saga, and it feels very rehashy.
I disagree.
I mean, I don't feel like... I mean, it's the same story if you think about it. Trunks is coming back from a future...
Yeah, but it all ends differently.
Yeah, don't spoil... No spoilers.
I won't, but it won't follow the same beats.
Next week I'll probably update my opinion, but that's where I stand at the moment on it. Is that it's a little bit the same sort of soft rebootish territory, and I'm just sort of looking forward to the multiverse tournament. So just chewing through Trunks. Well, you seem to be kicking these guys' butts.
I have a model of this girl.
Do you know her storyline?
She's half human, half something else. She's ridiculously powerful.
Anime girl transformation.
Sort of. She's got like a angel and a demon.
Demon on the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that, the half and half. It's pretty cool. You know what I've been wondering about? Like, I've just busted out my old Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 books. I'm thinking about having a look, maybe running a small campaign with like 1 or 2 people. I wonder, do people still play like tabletop Dungeons & Dragons, or is it dead?
No.
I mean,
they still release some books and shit. So.
Yeah, but I think they really they reworked the format so it was less expensive than it had been in the past.
I'm not sure.
I think like some of the modules, like it's up to edition 5.0 now. You used to play 3.5. I can't remember, how much did you play Dungeons and Dragons back in the day?
About a year.
Were you there with us every Friday when we were playing?
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
But I had basketball at the same time.
That's right. What was your basketball team name?
That always changed. Demons, blades. Always something.
You know, when I don't know if you remember, but when I was a kid, I was also on the reserve for a basketball team in case someone didn't make it. I would be able to play. You know what that team was called?
What?
The Space Jams.
So they were named after a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie. It's a wonderfully bad movie that is enjoyable to watch.
It's a Nike ad.
Bad. I know, it's a hour and a half Nike ad, and it's glorious.
The other thing about this game is it's probably got the greatest soundtrack of all time.
You really like the soundtrack that much?
It's basically mostly rock and roll.
Okay.
I actually listen to it
just
through headphones and that. Yeah.
On Spotify. Be on Spotify. No?
I download it and listen to it. I don't really use Spotify.
I stream everything. Anything and everything I can stream, I stream.
It's probably not on Spotify.
I can tell you right now if it's on Spotify or not. Let's have a look. The Borderlands soundtrack was on Spotify.
Yeah, but that's a more mainstream.
They got that good song, you know, the This Ain't No Time for a Hero.
Yeah, I've got that.
This ain't no time for a problem.
Yeah, I'll switch the character. It doesn't really matter if we
Yeah, no, that's what switched out.
Don't believe there's any boss characters.
Yeah, no, there is. The Holy Orders, Blue Water, Jack a Dandy. Yeah, songs are here. There's 2 playlists even that someone's put together. Guilty Gear tributes and Guilty Gear homages.
There you go.
So there you go. Streaming everything. That's the future.
So I've got a model of her.
You mean model? You have PVC statues.
They've released one of Jan and Jacko that I'd like to get.
Well, that thing's a thing.
Bedman.
Bedman.
He's asleep. Lives in bed. Go sell bad guy.
Now, there's a character, you've shown me this before, but there's a character in this that's a little boy who dresses like a little girl for some reason.
No.
Or is that a different game?
That is Guilty Gear, but he is not in the latest version.
Oh, okay. Right.
We're thinking Bridget. Very famous character.
Yes, very
Probably more famous than the game itself.
Very unusual character. What's the storyline for Bridget?
I'm not too sure on the details, but I know he was raised as a nun, so he dresses like a girl.
Yeah.
But he's not transgender. He is a boy that dresses and acts like a girl.
What's the difference?
Well, he does. He identifies as a guy.
What? It's very strange. And these, of course, are all Japanese-produced games as well. 100% Japanese. And they're a smaller studio too, aren't they?
Arc System's pretty small.
They're not attached to any of the big guys. And with the Dragon Ball Z license, they were they were hired by
Namco Bandai.
Yeah. Namco Bandai. Namco Bandai also produces. Well, they used to produce them. I don't know if they do it anymore, but now they license out the Dragon Ball Z rights to toy groups and shit like that. Brian Pesto does the statues, and yeah, Bandai Namco used to produce their own toys, but I don't know if they do it anymore.
Jesus, I really don't enjoy playing as Soul.
So this is the dude you're playing right now?
This is like your Ryu character, he's
Okay.
like the main.
And what's his story?
I don't know.
Alright, then I get to make up another story. Let's have a look at this guy. He's got a big sword.
He's got a gun sword.
He has a phobia of small swords, so he tries to find the biggest sword he can. That's it to find his life. He's also afraid of barbershops. So this is all about his phobias. That's why his hair's so long. Because he's definitely afraid of haircuts and small swords.
He can turn into a demon. His sword's not that big, I wouldn't say that's
He's
common.
also a Satanist like the other guy was, but less kinky.
I don't think. He's your typical...
And he's
that,
he loves buckles.
He's that... Well, that's just Japanese design.
He loves
He's that
his
typical sort of anime tough guy character. I'm a loner and leave me alone. And I'm going to help you because I have to. Bullshit. Yeah. Okay, let's try and do the super. Just do it already, dude. You're doing it before. Alright, yeah.
So what are you trying to do here? A super move? It looks like you're having an epileptic fit.
What is it? Overdrive.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Lindsay's trying to find his move. And here we go. No.
It worked.
Did it?
Yeah, that wasn't like an insta kill.
Oh, okay.
Let's try and do his insta kill actually. There you go. See, it's a gun or some shit. I don't know.
Looks like a gun or a cannon, or though he didn't really shoot it as a. I think maybe it's just a powered up sword, like it works on energies. Energy.
Oh, pathetic.
Alright, give me a crack at this guy.
Okay.
Alright. I'm just gonna push all the buttons and something will happen. Here, you look after the chat. Let's have a look. Alright, what am I doing?
It's a lot different from most games.
Alright, I'm just gonna feel this out. I'm gonna feel this
There
out.
you
Am I the
ma-
dude?
They're your main attacks.
Ha 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 ha. Wow, that animation looks a bit ha ha ha. Alright.
You want to sort of, if you want to do a basic combo, try and do A, B, X, Y.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to actually hit them.
Yeah. I'm doing this little pokey. Look at this thing. Yeah. Right, take a few steps back. Yeah. Small things amuse my mind. There you go, that was the thing. See, I like in Dragonball Fighter Z, there's a move where you can just, like, instantly leap back up to the enemy instead of slowly walking towards them shit.
In this one, it's based around air dashing, so if you want to get to someone quickly, you go in the air and then double tap forward.
Okay, so it's all air dashing? Right.
Yeah. You're lucky this isn't super easy.
I think I won. I won through incompetence. If you ever watch what's it called? Conan O'Brien. Is it Clueless Gamer? I think he does.
Yeah.
That's how I feel at the moment. Yeah, I second that. Thumbs down for kicking my butt. Yeah. Should just let her come to me. I hate this guy. I hate everything about him. I hate his stupid little that. I hate that move. Look at this. That's not a move. How is this a move?
Because it's just the first attack. You meant to combo into a second one. There you go.
Okay.
It says in Dragon Ball Z Fighters, you just can't hit.
I can. It's working. Ah. Yeah, come near me. Oh.
That's it.
I think she beat me.
Way too painful.
I don't like that character.
It doesn't like you either.
It's the character's fault.
That was pathetic. But I am changing the character. Yeah, you made the controller all wrong.
How do I make it? It's not like I sat on it.
I don't
It's not
know.
like a chair. The chair's all toasty.
Well, you got 20 more minutes, so... Yeah, I'll play my main jam.
Hey, looks like our super editor Blake for the Modern Meltdown podcast looks like he found a little gem in a second-hand shop.
Already fun.
He found a 4-way microphone splitter,
Yeah, cool.
which is, I think that's what he's found. I'm not a sound engineer. I just do the talkie with the microphony bit.
I was watching previously recorded the other day.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was just their stream. And he didn't buy it, but he went to like a second-hand store or whatever. He found a Betamax projector.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Didn't know if it worked or not.
Like,
Her backstory I can tell you. Every game she has a restaurant, and it got destroyed
okay.
because she's like a chef.
Okay.
So she goes fighting to make money to buy another restaurant. Yeah, she's
You
got.
destroyed my restaurant, and now I will fight you to get another. I don't know what that accent is, but she's going to get her restaurant back.
Yeah.
That's a unique motivation. I'll give it that. It's unique.
And if you say at the start, she does cooking stuff or not. Never mind. But yeah, Betamax projector. I reckon that's awesome.
Yeah, Betamax, for people who don't know, there were VHS tapes, and that was the preferred videotape medium. Most people had VHS, and then what Sony did is they wanted to bring out something that was a better quality. So they released the Betamax, and there were these tiny little cassettes, and you needed, obviously, a Betamax player. And they just never took off. Like, it was just this medium technology between video cassettes and DVDs. They never sold, and Sony got really shitty. And that's why when it was a war between HD DVD and Blu-ray, Sony put everything into winning that war, and they did, and that's why we have Blu-ray discs.
They won it, but it was like a pointless victory because they died out almost. Well, they haven't died out, but they haven't made really any money off Blu-ray.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's like physical media. It's just all together. It's...
JMD, super.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the one I wanted. Yeah, Jam I played in the original. She's the simple Rushdown character.
Rushdown.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so what our super editor Blake has found, right? It's called a Roland Pro R4. It's a 4-channel portable recorder and wave editor. Now, what that means for the Modern Meltdown, and this is pretty exciting, is that we can get 4 analog microphones. We can plug them into this portable recorder. We can take the podcast on the road.
No, cool.
Alright, so that is super cool because I want to do some interviews with people and stuff like that. And now we'll be able to. Not only that, but Blake managed to get it for a sweet, sweet price, which was pretty cool.
That sucks. Not that.
No, that's good, but that sucks, yeah.
Well, how much did you get it for?
$150. These things usually retail from anywhere, I believe, from $700 to $1,000. And he just found this thing sitting in a second-hand shop. Or if you live in America, a pawn shop.
Did you check if it was working?
He's talking to me about it. So yeah. So the story is that he was talking about this recorder. Like myself and Blake, every now and again we have to call each other up and have a production meeting on Modern Meltdown stuff. That's the way it all works. And he was telling me about this this recorder, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to upgrade our equipment because Lindsay's microphone is shit, and we're just trying to step up our podcasting game. And he's like, hey, I found this in a pawn shop because I was looking. He always looks for audio equipment.
Yeah.
The same pawn shop still couldn't sell it, so they chucked it on eBay for $150. And Blake snared it because he's always keeping an eye out for AV tech, and that's how it all worked out. So that's what's cool about that is we can do some live podcasts at shows and stuff like that.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do everything live. What's that from?
That's Bill O'Reilly back in the day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What? No.
I think every Twitch streamer in the world has made that joke.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, because
Because what, Lindsay? Because Twitch is live? Is that you trying to explain the joke to me? I'm glad that yawn is preserved for all time. I want that to be a meme, and I want it to be like every time someone posts something, it's because you kind of sound like you're going, uh-huh. So, uh-huh, uh-huh.
well, eventually,
We'll all be memes.
Someday we'll do a like a Twitch lounge, and I'll have a capture card, and we can all do it in front of a television.
Okay, that'll be sweet.
Yeah, that'll be more.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at doing a GoFundMe soon. We're putting together a list of all the tech that we need to upgrade ourselves. Once we've all decided on the list of stuff and how much we want to try and raise, we're going to do this GoFundMe. And look, I don't...
Okay, before you keep going, I'll just show you the thing.
Okay, we'll actually do some gaming stuff.
Now, this is because her restaurant broke.
Got it.
So she's all sad.
Oh, no,
that face she's
it's a very
making
sad face.
is shock.
Is it?
Yeah, like right at the start when she's just got the white pupils.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
my restaurant broke down. Like,
Right.
Because before this version, when she was just a DLC character, they hadn't put her story in yet, so I didn't know why she was making that face.
Yep.
But yeah.
And now you know, the mystery of the face is concluded.
Yeah, her restaurant broke.
The restaurant broke. Yes. So,
Chip's interesting.
Yeah.
Chip started his own nation, and he's the...
See, now I want to talk. Now you know all the backstory.
And
you didn't know the backstories 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, and he's the president of
Okay.
the nation he made, and he's a ninja. His secretary is also a character. He's on his phone all the time, but he's a ninja.
Yep. I remember that guy.
Yeah.
I remember that guy.
But go fund me.
Alright, so GoFundMe, I'm not a huge fan of crowdfunding because there are a lot of people out there who take advantage of people through like Kickstarter and GoFundMe, and they never produce anything, so I was always sort of apprehensive about taking what we do to GoFundMe. But the reason why we want to is, one, because we actually are producing stuff which I think is of quality enough to warrant some money. We have some people who subscribe to our podcast, and we love them to bits. And, you know, if they want to go over and throw us a few dollars on our GoFundMe campaign when it's up, which it's not at the moment, we'd really absolutely appreciate it. But we all work. We've all got full-time jobs, so we're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to make everything sound really nice and produce lots of good content. And yeah, so I have to go out and we have to find cheap stuff, and we have to sort of cobble together crap, and even the microphone we use for this is cobbled together, and it's with better technology and more like stuff that's designed for what we're doing, as opposed to what we do is we take shit that shouldn't do what it does, and then we try and slap it together to make it do something else. So we're hopefully going to be moving past that sort of way of doing it. I mean, even XSplit is the free version.
Well, XSplit's good, but
it's
we're
good
on the free version.
And that's why
I had the paid version because I got it for a year with my motherboard.
Yeah.
But it ran out.
So yeah, well, but good news is we've now got a portable recorder that only cost $150. So now we're going to get some microphones together, and there are a few places. We live in Australia. We live in Canberra, which is our capital. See, Australia and Canada have a similar problem, right? Everyone thinks the capital of Canada is Toronto, and it's
a problem
not.
with most countries.
Yeah, and it's like most people think that the capital of Australia is Sydney, and it's not.
Well,
Canberra.
they usually say the capital is Sydney, and you go no, and then it's like, oh, it's Melbourne.
No,
and it's like, yeah.
No, there's this tiny, like, seriously.
She fights with her head.
It's a tiny, tiny little city.
She's not Bayonetta though.
No, of course not. It's a tiny little city It's only, the population is about 300,000, 350,000, something like that. And that is the capital. That's where all the politicians work.
Yeah, they just get us to vote for everything.
Yeah, and then we live in a small city, a smaller city of 40,000 people, which is 10 minutes away from Canberra, which I find is funny. That city's called Queanbeyan. That's part of New South Wales, which is our state that we live in. The ACT is Canberra, and that's its own little separate state. Because they need a geography lesson.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
What's the hair girl's backstory?
She has hair. She's part of something with the dude. I don't know. I'll show you. Her soup is actually pretty cool. And I missed it.
I was just...
oh, that's the secretary, guys. Yeah, he's always on his phone.
Yeah, super moderator Holly just said to me as well. Another common one is people think the capital of New Zealand is Auckland, but it's not. It's Wellington. Shout out to New Zealand. I love New Zealand is lovely.
New Zealand. Australia's Australia. I always sort of looked at New Zealand like our Canada.
It's not real. Like when I went over there, like they one thing about it is that they have to import a lot of their stuff from America. It's just cheaper. So it's like anything. It's a little difference as you walk into a supermarket. Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah, scratch your armpit. Yeah. There's some dude who's gonna watch this video and he's gonna be like, I love armpit fetishes. I love it. And he's going to sit there watching that video again and again and again.
Well, shouldn't you be happy then?
Yes, I am happy that gentleman has found his thing.
Well, aren't you happy that he's viewing the... Oh, that's what turned off.
What turned off? Your light box.
I want to touch... I think
Don't touch a thing.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
After I get a new television, I'm getting a new computer too. And maybe a new monitor. Maybe use this as a secondary monitor and get like a proper monitor. I don't know. All down the line. I have to register my car first.
It's like that. It's like that. I'm saving for a house at the moment, which means I have no money for anything.
Okay, let's try and do a super. Right, insta-kill, I should say.
Before anyone gets angry, I don't buy avocado and have smashed avocado sandwiches. You haven't heard of this? So the old generation thinks that the younger generation can't afford to buy a house because we're always spending money on smashed avocado. Because we go out to because we go out to cafes all the time and we drink fancy coffees and a smashed avocado. And the older generation's like, if you don't buy those things, you'll be able to afford a house.
Okay.
And I'm happy to talk about this too. Like, I save $600 a week. That goes into a savings account. Myself and my wife, we put that money together. We put it in the savings account, and we pay all the bills out of her wage. Like, that's how we're able to save money. And it's a slow process. So the median house price in Australia is $400,000. That's on the lower end, which means that we have to save roughly about 2 years to have $80,000, which is a 20% deposit on a home, and that allows us to avoid like mortgage insurance and stuff like that. So we can't afford to buy smashed avocado and a fancy coffee every day. The thing is that we could. Like, we have enough money that each week we could buy some smashed avocado on a piece of toast and a fancy coffee every day. We obviously don't do that. We go to the movies, or we go, we can afford a plane ticket, all that sort of stuff. We can go traveling. Or we can just waste money on buying some DVDs every week and shit. But that's our, like, spending money. So it's like we have like $100, $200 each week left over.
And that was my last chance to try and get her overkill thing. See how my gauge is gone.
Well, see, you're too worried about smashed avocado on toast. That's your problem.
That would be nice, though.
It You're the problem. See, that's exactly what they were saying. They were saying that Lindsay Soul buys all the avocado.
I do like avocado.
I feel like buying a big thing of avocados and throwing it at older people.
You damn kids wasting all your money on avocado.
Oh yeah? Hey, that kid just threw an avocado at me.
Just make a news report about it.
You know, I used to like avocado, but I used to like buy a Subway sandwich, which most people know what Subway sandwich is. And as an alternative to butter, right, you can get avocado. You know, it's like a soft, buttery type thing. But they used to like fucking ladle the fucking thing on. So they'd be
fine
like,
with me.
They'd be like, "Bah,
shit's expensive.
here you go. Here's your sandwich. It's half fucking avocado.
Good.
I've got a little bit of bread. It's like a bread island surrounded by fucking avocado, and I got so sick of it."
Here we go.
Alright, let's see it.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, you got to see a super where she turns her hair into an eagle.
Yay. Oh, I want to see the cool one where it goes all animated and shit.
I'm trying.
Who are you fighting here?
Is this Zato?
Yeah, he may be able to win if he cuts his fucking hair.
And I fucked up and used all the energy.
But yeah, it's going back to the Subway problem, and you got this fucking river of avocado and a tiny little piece of bread in the middle of it.
Well, it's still better than you pay like what $2 for avocado and then they put a little bit on. It's like I paid $2.
I demand my $2 worth of avocado. You think you could go back and be like, I do not consider this $2 worth of avocado. Please put some more avocado on my sandwich.
See, because when I worked at KFC, even though like I was a cook.
Cook.
Well, you know, in the cook area, not the...
In the area where the chicken gets fried. And you ran the fryer later.
Yeah. But, like, I would never be stingy on shit like that, because it's like, it's on my money.
You're a hero. You're a modern day hero for doing that to people. So, what... Okay, how...
Fuck!
Oh.
I'm just going to go to training mode to finish off to show a fucking thing, because that's fucking irritating.
Oh,
they always do it too. It's like you go to super and they just jump.
That's also a good one. I'm going to isolate that clip too. Fuck. Just have it on repeat.
Fucking irritating.
I need to go through all of our videos, pull out the little bits and pieces of you doing things like that, make a super compilation of it, like Jay on Red Letter Media. No. When it's like Star Trek again.
He just keeps looking at the camera.
He just keeps looking at the camera. What was I going to say? Okay, so how would you... Like you said, you didn't skim on stuff for people. How would you prevent skimming? Like,
if someone asks, if I for whatever reason I went past the counter and someone's like,
"You'll never work at KFC again after admitting this."
No, I don't plan to. That's what's good about this training mode too. See how I'm always
got a giant anchor
because she's a pirate. See how I'm always trying to tell you like do half circle and that.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. That's a half circle.
Okay.
That's that's a half circle. That's a quarter circle. That's a full circle. That's half quarter circle back.
That is actually really cool because you can get a bit of a feeling for what you're doing. I mean, a lot of games offer it, but definitely not like that. So that's cool.
Here we go.
There we go.
She like.
Oh no! What's happening? Oh no!
I should do video game voices over work.
Well, that's actually what was best about Guilty Gear is it's got the best tutorial of any fighting game.
That's pretty sweet.
It like I'll actually bring it up. It actually like it goes into like the really technical stuff, but it does a really smart way of doing it.
Anyway, so someone wants a source, you would give them a ton of sources. Is that what you're saying?
Or like it's ain't.
So you were the sweet and sour hero because like everyone loves sweet and sour. I don't know if this applies to every country, but when it comes to nugget purchases, chicken nugget purchases, if you're buying them from a McDonald's or if you're buying them from KFC, everybody wants lots of sauce, and they always want sweet and sour. Sweet and sour is what something everyone loves. My wife doesn't put a sauce on her nugget.
And so it's literally telling you how to do it.
Ah, that's really cool.
Now, I'll just quickly show them all stop because we've gone over time. Although technically...
No, we still need to go for about 15. We still got about 15 minutes to catch up.
Understudy... Yep.
But yeah, Holly doesn't have sauce with her nuggets. She just eats them. I don't understand it. What's your opinion? McDonald's nugget or KFC nugget?
I haven't had KFC nuggets. KFC nuggets are probably better, but...
Yeah, see, I say that too, and I'm being told I'm mad. They say that the McDonald's nugget is better.
See, it literally tells you here what to do, how low to be. So, is it slash? No, so I'm just trying to remember.
That's the wrong button. Well, that's cool. So you kill you make sure you get low, and then...
And then, so like...
Oh, I remember that move.
But you can actually eventually, do it faster. And then, yeah, so...
I know you just showed your arm there as well. By the way, Lindsay is not a cutter nor suicidal.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, and he keeps burning himself at work every week. Would that be accurate?
Yep.
Yeah. See all these scars up his arms. It's like, man, you have a lot of problems. It's like, no, I just keep burning myself on the same fucking piece of equipment every week.
There was a guy
No,
right before I left Wagga. Well, of course there wasn't. I'm not gay.
I didn't say you were gay. Are you gay?
No.
Could be.
I'm not though. Yeah, there was a guy who I'd been working with in my previous job, and he's like just staring at my arms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
Because I've been like fired from that job and everything.
Do you want to run us through another, one more arcade with one of your other favorite characters?
I'll do one battle here.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah, give us a run through.
What do I do, Jack?
Yeah, how do you explain to someone you're not suicidal, you're just an idiot?
It's not because it's just how my job works. I don't want to get into what my job is because I like my privacy.
Ow. Ow.
But Volv's very hot stuff.
Ow. Ow. Here's a
Joe.
firefighter. A really dodgy one that keeps burning himself all the time.
Okay, Jacko, because she's awesome.
You gotta put water on the fire. Oh.
Ow, fire hot. The professor will help.
Fire indeed.
Fire
Futurama. Classic Futurama was good.
They were all good. The later seasons were good. You watch them, they're really deep. They're really good.
I don't know.
It's not like The Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons.
The movies, I agree, are a bit up and down. Especially that heist one, whatever they call it. Bender's Big Heist, I think. But, yeah, the show was actually... The last seasons were actually pretty good. Especially the way they finished it. Because they made out because they go back in a time loop that sort of starts reruns.
Yeah.
So, like, technically every time you watch a rerun now, you're watching a new episode. Yeah, it's very well done. This guy's a king.
You know, I have a lot of original artwork that I purchased off different comic book creators over the years, and I have a lot of Nicola Scott's artwork. She works for DC Comics, and she posted up a picture of the Birds of Prey, the classic Birds of Prey with Barbara Gordon in the woohoo. Look at that. Is she a pop idol or something? Or
no, she's like a robot or
Okay.
some shit.
And she posted up this sketch that it was like 10 years ago. There was this sketch she did of the Birds of Prey. So Barbara Gordon when she was still in a wheelchair, and Black Canary, and Huntress, and all that. It's really a classic piece. And I was like, are you interested in selling? Because I bought a lot of her original artwork. I got some like framed and shit. And she just liked the comment. I'm like, no, message me. I want to buy that artwork. I've got some stuff like by some... like George Perez, he drew Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, it was the very first multi-book massive crossover that DC ever did. It was how they cleared up a lot of their continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drew Superman for me.
Oh.
Got a Superman that he did on the 75th anniversary of the creation of Superman.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, it was pointed out to me, like, I get annoyed when Harry Potter gets mentioned because I don't want it to be in the pop culture lexicon, but it is and it ain't going anywhere.